Sarah, thank you. This is, of course, a Sunday morning no one in the Diamond Head area expected to wake up to. Nikki Schenfeld spoke with residents and people who work nearby who were in total shock that this happened in their neighborhood.
A typically quiet Sunday morning turned into chaos as the sounds of sirens and gunshots woke up many people nearby.
Saw cops coming. And I was thinking, a police officer is down since so many, something is really seriously occurring. We never experienced this in our neighborhood before or anyway now.
Put the gun down!
The newspaper delivery man was also in shock.
When the rapid number of shots happened, one officer ran out. He was holding his thigh and his leg. Everybody was yelling that another officer is down in the driveway. They're trying to clear everything up and make sure it was safe for them to go and grab him and stuff. And then when they thought it was safe, everybody covered each other, and officers went in, came out, grabbed him, put him behind cover, tried to CPR, revive him, and get him back in. And then they took him to the ambulance. When that happened, and maybe not even 2 minutes later, the house just started blazing up and just started burning and burning.
Many Honolulu residents came to the scene and watched in disbelief.
And this type of event, it just doesn't happen over here in Hawaii. This is unfortunate, and I hope it doesn't slow people from coming down. But be aware of your surroundings, folks, and what's going on around you.
I walk my dog here all the time, and it's a great neighborhood. This is just such a terrible thing. The people are so friendly here, and the houses, all those cute houses that burn down there now, it's just horrible. Children live there. It's a horrible thing, horrible thing.
Longtime residents say Hawaii is sadly changing.
I lived here my whole life. I've never heard of anything like this happening until just in the past year. Officers shooting people, people shooting officers, people just with guns in general. There's nothing. Hawaii just turned to something that it's never been, and that's sad, just sad.
Nikki Schenfeld, KHON2 News.
Many of the slain officers' co-workers and family members were at Queens Medical Center this afternoon to pay their respects. Police vehicles lined the emergency entrance along Miller Street as dozens of officers gathered together, exchanging handshakes and hugs. A representative for the Kalama family expressed gratitude to the hospital and the community.
The family wants to say thank you to the community for support they've already received inside the hospital and the police force were very, very supportive, set a room aside for them, provided everything that they would need at this time. And of course, they're just dealing with a very tragic loss.
Kalama was a 9-year HPD veteran. Enriquez had served for 7 years. Tonight, we're learning more about Jerry Hanel, the suspect in today's shooting and fire. I spoke with his attorney, who said that the landlord was trying to evict him, and he had a history of TRO cases as well as mental health issues. We've obtained police body cam footage of officers responding to his residence in May of last year. One of those was Officer Enriquez, who was killed today.
Jerry, did you call 911?
I did.
What is your complaint?
The complaint was that over there.
I just came from there. There's nobody there.
According to Jerry Hanel's lawyer, Jonathan Burge, Hanel had struggled with his mental health.
He's had mental health issues since I've known him, where he thought the government was spying on him and things like that. So he was a little bit off, but I never would have imagined he would have done something like this.
Since 2015, he has had many run-ins with neighbors, including Officer Enriquez, seen here in May of 2019. He was charged for the misuse of the 911 emergency telephone service.
Well, he had a history with his neighbors. I had represented him on several TRO matters, which he was acquitted on. And as far as the landlord, him and the landlord have known each other a long time.
Makes a false complaint or report of false information in reckless disregard.
It's not.
Listen to me.
It's not.
Okay. This isn't going anywhere, so maybe I need to arrest you.
Hanel was staying at the home in exchange for maintenance, but was soon to be evicted by his landlord.
I know that she was trying to have him evicted because she was moving back to Hawaii and he had to live there herself. So that's kind of the extent of what was going on. But I heard that she had just filed for the eviction on Friday, and maybe she was serving it to him and it pushed him over the edge.
Burge says because of the TROs, Hanel should not have been in possession of any firearms. Condolences are pouring in from lawmakers. In a statement, Governor David Ige says our entire state mourns the loss of 2 Honolulu police officers killed in the line of duty this morning. As we express our condolences to their families, friends, and colleagues, let us also come together to help and support those who have been forever changed by this tragedy. And in a statement, Honolulu Mayor Kurt Caldwell says, I would like to express my deepest condolences to the family and friends of the 2 officers, as well as the entire Honolulu Police Department. This is an unprecedented tragedy for not only the city and county of Honolulu, but the entire state of Hawaii. Now, the Honolulu Police Department says before today, 48 officers have been killed in the line of duty. The last officer shot and killed was Glenn Gaspar. In March of 2003, while trying to arrest Shane Mark, who is wanted for attempted murder, Gaspar and other plainclothes officers cornered Mark in the Baskin-Robbins ice cream shop in Kapolei. Mark fired his gun, hitting Gaspar twice. Mark is currently serving a life sentence. Hawaii County Police lost an officer to a shooting in July of 2018. Bronson Kuliloa was shot and killed by Justin Waukee during a traffic stop. Waukee was killed in a shootout several days later in an island-wide manhunt. And stay with KHON2 and KHON2.com as we continue to bring you the latest on the impact of the unprecedented tragedy here on Oahu. In other news, we'll tell you why several beaches across the state were closed today, plus working together to restore a Hawaiian treasure.